way to Hartbeespoort Dam, and there's actually going to be a river that we're going to be using that's just down Paddle Power. Now, Paddle Power is very adventurous. It's a very dynamic and exciting sport. I cannot wait for you to see it. It is my first time, but I have seen how people take part in it, so it really is going to be exciting. I don't even know where we're going, but I know we will find the place. Ah, what's that in the yellow? Paddle Power, just 100 meters away. So I guess we have found it, and it looks like we're right on time. Time for Game On, and I'm your host with the most, Oli Zondo. We are going to be profiling minority sports in South Africa. What's actually very interesting about this place, it is the longest running river rafting in South Africa. It's been going on here on the Crocodile River, but don't be wary because there aren't any crocodiles in sight. What you can also look forward to in the show is Ushampunizer and all the adventures that he will be bringing through. I need to now go and find Matt, who's going to be the guide for today's Paddle Power. Follow me. What can we expect a little bit?
Well, the rains haven't fully come yet, so it's going to be a bit low, but it's will be right, pretty safe. Huh?
Right, and it's going to be lots of fun, right?
Yeah, lots of fun.
You heard it. Buckle up. Let's go through.
Cool.
Hat off.
Pele ra gore re thoma mosetsanyana wa ga Zondo a re tlamele panta tlhe, safety first.
Yeah, we're ready. We're going to jump on the truck. We're going to head on down.
Okay. Cool. That was cool, thank you. Thanks.
Don't mind me, man.
Thank you. We're here, we have arrived, and we're actually with Andy. He is celebrating his bachelor party. On the 12th of November, he's actually going to be getting married. So we're going to be following him because, as we said, this is a recreational sport. It is great for the outdoors. Let's see what Paddle Powers has in store for us. Andy!
Awa, a never anyale a pere ka mogonyana o.
When you're paddling, you paddle like that. Make sure the water goes over the blade. Okay, and then you twist. Okay, so you're just basically twisting your right hand the whole time. The strongest oak sits at the back. He's going to steer the boat. The guy in the front is the engine. These lines here, if you fall out, try and grab that. Then your buddy's going to help you. Okay.
I think this one is going to be very exciting because there are two, not one, but two weirs that we're going to be going through. The rapids are actually looking good as well, so it should be a fun time.
Ka morago ga metsotso e 30 Xoli e be e šetše e le magona tšohle. Impressive. Eupša ema pele, where yona keng? For the rest of us, that's a barrier across the river designed to alter the flow. Safety first gore re kgone go ithabisha botsebotse ge re le ka montle. If legevans are your thing. Eupša dilo tše di phelago ka mo metsing tšona ke tšeo fela tšeo swanetšeng gore o itshwenye ka tšona.
The rapids, not too challenging, which is good. I'm actually hearing from Matt that with other river rafting, you get like grade 4, 5 rapids, and here we just had like the grade 2, 1, sometimes not even counted. So really not too bad, very quiet, beautiful scenery. We've just stopped for a break and then we're gonna go back. Matt, I'd like us to talk a little bit about Paddle Power. What distinguishes it from the others?
Well, Paddle Power has been going for about 18 years now. They originally started by putting boats in and heading up from past Lanseria down, packing up the boats and then heading back again. And then they bought this property and then they've just been carrying on for 18 years.
People are going to be watching this and thinking, I want to get into the sport. Where do I start? Is it even possible?
I think the basic way to actually start is to come down with your family, jump on the river, see how if you enjoy it or not, if it's too scary for you. And there are clubs in Joburg that actually teach you how to paddle and how to get down the river.
Now this is Dean. Game on. And this is Gary. Game off. Get the paddle, man. Game off. Got it right. Ready.
There we go, thank you. Yes. We won.
Well done.
What a photo finish. We raced to the end and guess who came out tops? Me, of course. 5 kilometers done on the Crocodile River, and I'm glad to say the boys and I are absolutely safe. After the ad break, we catch up with Ushampu Naiza. What could this crazy sports comedian be getting up to? We'll find out soon.
Thank you very much, Collie, for crossing over to me because we're busy when I got it. You know what? Today we're going to do something, Joe. We're going to do skydiving. I'm a skydiver now. We'll tell you the history. Right now, just observe me do a whole lot of things. I have a team over there. We're skydiving.
Jumping out of a plane at 13,000 feet, that is no child's play.
First man in, the sky is the limit, whatever you're thinking of. This is a real plane. As you can see that we're gonna do things that you cannot do from home. Guys, you see me going up, you might see me coming down. Gravity is my friend, but bona, if you plan on Namloi but you don't have any access, this is the closest thing to being a Muloi. Rafu, Koli, you are flying there, Shem.
Sundowns had to play some football matches to reach the sky. Shampoo yena obe aya almost 4 kilometers momoyeng. The only thing that Shampoo shared with the African champions, Kelechuro, and also Gotseba Melao ya papadi.
Jumpsuit, you're wearing a parachute. This is a completely parachute and a helmet as well, and they've got the altimeter.
Well, this is to show
the distance, the feature you are taking in the sky.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know, jumper fair.
Jumpy fair. This pin is the pin that holds your life when you are doing skydiving for many years. You can use it as much as you can, and it will never finish up. This is a pilot chute. This is the one that you throw in the sky, and then it opens that pin and then opens the whole parachute. This is a right-hand toggle, this is a left-hand toggle. When you want to turn right, you just pull it down, and then automatically the canopy sends this and then turns.
This is skydiving, Papa. The first free fall, recorded free fall, intentional free fall, was in 1919, and then the sport was officially made a sport internationally in 1952. But South Africa got wrapped up. We had our first skydiving club called the Peter Marisburg Parachute Club in 1954. Who would have thought, eh? Who would have thought that I've been a parachute and survived, Baba? Yeah, gravity is a rumor, guys. You know what? This was skydiving in Pretoria. We went from heaven to the ground. Koli, Tina says skydiver, parachute and everything.
Oh, Shampunizer, that looks like so much fun. Skydiving is definitely one for the books. But now we go from the sky and into the dirt road. It's time to learn more about the bush scooter experience. Whenever we think of game adventure sports drive, our mind always dwells onto the quad bikes. But what if I told you that there's something different, something more quieter, something that will make the experience much more fun? Well, it's called the bush scooter drive. What I absolutely love about it is that it is very quiet. So you can be going on your sports drive in the game and you will be able to see the game because they won't be deterred by the noise. It uses electricity as well, and we've got these mini bush scooters that the kids can use, and they can also enjoy the outdoor life. So I've never been on this one. It's actually new, the first one in the country, made in China. Let's see how the bush scooter drive is going to treat me.
Welcome to Amazingway.
Thank you so
Down
much.
here we're going to have an electric bike experience. Alrighty, so you obviously have balance, an experience with riding a bicycle, same kind of thing, just a bit of balance. First of all, here's your accelerator, this is your brake. So also here's your back brake, alrighty?
Okay,
So
cool.
the moment you're ready to go, you're just going to push the bike forward off the stand, and then just with your back foot, just make sure the stand is up with your foot so it doesn't drag on the ground. Alright. As you're pulling out and you get your balance and you're feeling a bit more confident, you're going to press the green button, you'll go up to the red to green light over here and make it go faster. And then once you've got a lot of confidence, you push the button again, it'll go down to the red light at the bottom of the gear.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to accelerate for you now. The wheel's going, but because you understand, you're not going anywhere. Right, that's how slow the first wheel is. And then you can go again, next speed, that's the next speed, very fast.
Wow.
Alrighty, as soon as you're ready, pushing yourself off the stand. Pushing your bike off the stand, keep going, there you go, make sure the stand is up, just like that.
Okay, and this one is also fine.
That's good.
Okay.
There's no traffic.
All right, I'll follow you.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Camera e be e emetše go latela. Re santše re eme Xoli, re emetše wena gore o be comfortable. Beya maoto gape. Mosetsana o.
Sorry guys, please get out of the way. This is a disaster waiting to happen. Oh, it's on the highest speed. Come check. Oh, I don't know how to turn. I don't know how to turn. Ah, Jesus Christ. Okay, slower. Going awfully fast. It's going very quick. Game on.
There must have been a special engine in that blue scooter, but it looks like some mayana wa leka. Amazingwe Lodge and Ground Zero Adventures in Hearties have teamed up to provide this unique experience. Epja wena o be o nagana gore ke letamo la mooki fela le le tlišago batho mo. Think again. Di bush scooters ga di tshwenye diphoofolo goba dikoloi tše di fetang.
I cannot wait for the time when we'll see the bush scooter get into the competitive arena. We'll be crossing fingers for that. But now you have to stay tuned, because after the break, the next minority sport that we're going to be profiling is definitely going to shock you.
Emma Pili-Xoli, e re ke botse batho se. Mandela Day Marathon brings together athletes from all over the globe in the spirit of Ubuntu, social cohesion, and the celebration of the Rainbow Nation that Nelson Mandela was passionate about. It starts at Manaye Hall in Pietermaritzburg and finishes at the Nelson Mandela Capture Site in Howick, KwaZulu-Natal. Now let's get back to what you're seeing. A movement of housekeeping pros decided to take this age-old pastime to a whole new level. Enter extreme ironing. O ka e dira mo gongwe le mo gongwe mo e leng gore monagano wa gago o kgona go bereka le gona. This is a sport that is widely recognized as the brainchild of Englishman Phil Steam Shaw. It has no limits except the participants' imagination. Ge e le gore ironing board ya gago e kgona go fihla mo, then go ahead, o aine. Phadišano ya mathomo ya extreme ironing e be e swaretše motsenyaneng wa Miesbach kwa Munich, Germany. E be e tsenetšwe ke mafase a masome comprising of 12 teams, 3 ba etswa Britannia. I wonder gore go na le motho wa mo Afrika Borwa o a kilego a tsenela papadi e. Re ka wina mosmo? Hands down. Or is it iron down?
Welcome back, and thank you for sticking with us right here on Game On. We are nearing the end of the show, but we cannot leave without showing you this sport. It's called fly fishing. Yes, it is a sport, and yes, it is competitive. It's called fly fishing because the bait that is used is a fly with some feather material to mimic the original bait, and the sporting element comes in with the strategy and technique that is used in casting the actual rod. But why don't a lot of people know about this sport? How competitive is it in the country? We find out in a few, and plus I get to learn a little bit more about fly fishing, so you want to stay tuned.
Mzansi is blessed with almost 3,000 kilometers of coastline and numerous dams, rivers and lakes, which make South Africa a fishing paradise.
Wayne, this looks quite complicated. How do I actually get into fly fishing?
All right, it's quite simple. The first thing to start with is a passion for adventure, wanting to get out into the outdoors, and then willing to learn something. So some of the techniques that we use in fly fishing are quite different to normal fishing. Why, it's not for everybody. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run you through a little bit of the equipment that we use, and then show you some of the simple steps of actually learning to the cast, and within 5 to 10 minutes you should be casting.
That quick?
Maybe not as well as me. Probably better. So, you know, this is a fly rod. Okay. This is the reel. This is fly line, fly fishing line.
Fly line, okay.
Now the interesting thing is that normally you would have thin line when you're fishing, and the whole reel will be filled with that. Now with fly fishing, this is the weight which is going to allow us to get this part, which is where the fly is going to be tied. I don't tie a fly on yet, because while you're casting, you don't want the hook.
Okay.
So you don't want to have to worry about the hook. So for now, this line is actually the weight, and it's going to help us to cast this out to where we want it to go. Just a couple of safety things. It's always good to make sure that the line is away from you,
Okay.
on the side. Okay, now when the fly rod is very flexible, all right? And the reason for that is so that it flicks, so you put energy from your hand into the rod, and that goes into the line, and that transports it to where you want to go. We're going to be doing a back cast and a forward cast, and that is part of the process of actually getting the line out. And we're going to do that 3 or 4 times until we get the amount of line that we want on the water. The rule of fly fishing casting is start off with where your rod must stop on the back cast and the forward cast. So on the back cast, you're going to bring the line back, and you're going to stop it at 10 o'clock. Going forwards, you're going to stop it at 2 o'clock. And why I do that is because we want this line to actually move parallel to the ground. One last thing is when you cast backwards and forwards, each stroke needs to be accelerate and then stop. Okay, so accelerate, stop. Accelerate, stop. If you don't stop, you don't get the momentum of the line moving forward. That's it. You see how you now get the line out?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a look at the flies and how we're going to select the
Yes,
flies.
please.
Here unfolds the secrets. So this is now some of the flies. Okay, so these ones are specifically tied to imitate different insects. So when the fish is going to be looking for a specific insect, it's important to try and get the color as accurate as possible to what the fish is actually looking for. Interesting thing for those people who might think that sometimes the sport might be cruel and the fish might get hurt. Most of the things that fish eat, insects, other fish, have got scales, they've got spikes, they've got spiky things in them. So the spike that they get when they, for instance, eat a fly, doesn't bother them. It's often just, they do go over a little bit of stress, but that's why it's important once you've landed the fish to get him in as quickly as possible and put him back. So I wet my hands to make sure that I didn't take the protective membrane off the scales, and then put it back to come back to grow.
When this
Another day.
all sounds so fascinating, but then I'm thinking to myself, why isn't the sport high profile? Why isn't everyone rushing here to actually take part in fly fishing?
So interesting thing, it's actually one of the fastest growing sports in the world, but it's done more on a private basis. It's not so much a team sport where lots of people come together like rugby or cricket. It tends to be an individual sport. Now, you do have people participating from club level, provincial level, and there's even a national South African fly fishing team that goes and competes around the world. And I know it's one of the sports they're looking at bringing in as an Olympic sport.
Amazing.
So it's awareness. The first thing is to probably just go and get your hand on a lesson. So just you can find out what it's about, get somebody to just show you the basics. And then once you start getting deeper and deeper into it, it's a good idea to get a good mentor. Generally what the South African, coming through provincial teams and clubs, you'd have people there that would be able to guide you, and then you start going to trials, and then it's just practice and practice and practice so that you become an expert.
There it is. I told you it is a competitive sport. We can expect to be seeing it in the Olympics in the next 4 to 8 years. I cannot wait to see it being launched on such a grand scale. And that's it from Game On today. I hope you enjoyed it. We brought you everything that has to do with minority sports. As always, I'm your host with the most, Oli Zondo. We'll be back again next week Saturday on SABC 2, 9:30. But for now, it's back to fishing.
In a half hour, we conquered the wide waters of the Crocodile River while Shampoo took his humor to a whole new level. But don't forget, the Mandela Day Marathon is brought to you by the Mgungundlovu District Municipality in partnership with the KwaZulu-Natal Government and the Nelson Mandela Foundation.